All right, everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to the Hunter Call of the Wild storyline playthrough for Rancho del Arroyo. And my apologies in advance, I'm sure I said it wrong. So this one takes place in Mexico. Just arranging a couple things with Windows, and then we'll get going. Man, that's quick. Cracked, how you doing? El hombre, indeed. All right, so starting this one up, Rancho del Arroyo, like I mentioned, in Mexico, we got jackrabbits, pheasants, turkeys, coyotes, bobcats, peccaries, and other big pronghorns, white-tailed deer, bighorn sheep, and mule deer. Not anything actually all that big. Let's see, situated in the heart of Mexico's hottest desert. Strap a gun to your backs and experience the home of the vaquero. Vaquero, that sounds good. A place where the rugged individualism of the Wild West lives on in spirit. Alright, and away we go.
Welcome to Rancho del Arroyo. Your flight was okay? Can I get you? This is Vaquero country. Generations of cowboys have eked out a living here, my family among them.
Oh, that does sound fun.
But all that cattle ranching has left its mark. I'd be trading this land's future for a quick buck if I wasn't prepared to face up to that. You've been all over the world, hunted in countless reserves. If anyone knows what this place needs to compete with the best of them, it's you. So, I want you to help us make a change. Become northern Mexico's leading biosphere and hunting reserve. Let me explain. ¿Qué onda, sleepyhead? It's time to get to work.
He didn't really explain.
If you want to head out and work off last night's carne asada, do me the honor of officially opening this outpost first, huh? Or feel free to scout out the place. Get the bacanora out of your system. This building, La Casa Grande, or the Big House, is gonna be your base of operations. I know, it's a mess.
This is a big house.
I
Holy
took
moly.
my own stuff, but nobody's volunteered to come pick up the family's things yet.
Oh, sweet. I want to have a room like this
So,
one
look
day.
all you want, but don't touch. My mom would come over and hit me with her flip-flop if I so much as hinted that someone had been rummaging around.
Except to also have like a little bar in here.
Family, you know. Anyway, settle in. No one's really been in here much since my bisabuelo. That's my great-grandfather, since he died.
Oh man, it's got an upstairs? I've been living in shacks for the rest of this game. Ooh, a little courtyard. Very nice, very nice. Something had an interact button, and I wasn't close enough. Ah, there it is.
That's a soldadera's hat. A woman revolutionary. My sister borrowed
Okay,
it
I guess
for the
probably that.
centenary celebrations in Mexico City a few years ago. Let no one tell you Mexican women are afraid to do the dirty work. That was my great-grandfather Javier's. I swear that man used to take the damn thing into the bathroom with him. He was a vaquero through and through.
Turd wrangling. A very lovely, lovely place.
Not a bad place to put your feet up, no? Come back whenever you need a real bed. Now, I know you've mastered some pretty extreme environments, but the desert isn't something you can just stroll into. Why don't you do some scouting from the lookout tower nearby? The first step to surviving out here is knowing where the water is. That'll lead you to the food, and I'm sure you can figure out the rest.
Mexico or the other map for whitetail. I noticed I had mule deer on this one. I have not been on this map very much. Man, I must have just played this like one time. Alright, let's get on to that tower. Alright, war weapons today using 7mm bolt action and bolt action 22-250. It's actually pretty much become my standard loadout. Definitely not going to get full points for the pheasant. Yeah, on the Tiaroa, I did kill a moose at the end. I guess you get the option of whether or not you photo it or shoot it, but I definitely did shoot it. It was actually the first storyline one I did before I decided I was going to do them in order. I think it was just a regular moose. It was the only moose on the map storyline. Hey, there's a pronghorn. Oh. See, I thought I heard something coming. Nope. Nope. What are these pronghorn doing on these rocks? Ooh. Yes, I do live in the US. No, I don't. I don't follow football, so I will not be watching the Super Bowl today. I used to play a little bit of baseball and softball. That was pretty much my only sport. But I don't really follow any on a professional, watcher level. That sentence came out wrong. I don't follow any professional sports. Like every now and then, I'll just decide like this year's World Cup will be, or this World Cup will be interesting. But other than that, no, not recently. Oh, that and the Olympics. I will watch some Olympics.
Looks captivating, no?
All right, we made it.
Except a lot of the problem with ranches like this one is what you can't see. We've sucked up so much of the groundwater for cattle that areas that used to be wetlands are turning arid year-round. The grasslands are mostly buffalo grass. It's an introduced species that smothers native plants. Likes to catch fire, too. I once saw a saguaro, one of those classic cactus plants, surrounded by buffalo grass, burst into flames. It was one of the kicks in the rear I needed to finally sell off the last of our cattle. Anyway, take the time to explore the ranch in your downtime, too.
So,
If
Cracked, who
even
you
half
going
of
for,
what I
Chiefs
heard
or
growing up is
Eagles?
true, there is plenty waiting out there.
I should grab this outpost while I'm so close to it.
So, while I'm stuck waiting for someone, they said less than a minute, but out here that means at least 5. You're probably more like 20. Anyway, you're here to evaluate the facilities, but there are a few things I need you to take care of first. I'll make it worth your while, of course. First up, the cattle may be gone, but there's still some fencing left. There should be a pair of fencing pliers on the countertop in the hacienda's kitchen.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just up in PA this summer. I went to, what's the name? Nobles. And I went to a red deer farm that was right near there. And then to some zoo, but I don't remember what little town it was in. Like, it was a surprisingly good zoo. Like, it had, like, dingoes and stuff like that. I'm very much northern Virginia, so I end up going into Pennsylvania here and there. But I haven't been to Philly in forever. Alright, now we can travel back here a lot faster. Jump up to the Hacienda outpost and do the actual quest. Alright, we got the pliers.
I'll mark the spot on your hunter mate.
Ooh, we got fridge art. Yeah. Alright, where am I going? Oh, I'm just going like right outside.
Okay, take it section by section.
Alright.
Hey, watch yourself there. The nearest hospital would laugh you out of the building if you told them you needed a tetanus shot for a barbed wire cut just because you weren't wearing gloves. And now the posts. You can pile them up in a heap and I'll have someone collect them later. Whew. I'm getting sweaty just watching you.
Where's he watching me from?
Don't get me wrong. I actually wanted to check this one off the list myself, but I had some matters to attend to in town. It's a big moment for the ranch, tearing down the last of the fencing. The Soto family has raised cattle on this land since Mexico's independence. My mom... now you're making me sentimental. Look, how about a change of pace, huh? I'm stuck here waiting, and you're probably itching to put that trigger finger to good use, so let's have some fun. Digs out here aren't all
The
business,
cactuses are real.
you know?
Alright, he says...
You ever hunted pheasant before? No?
Yes, I killed one earlier.
Well, I'm no expert, but I picked up a couple of pointers from my friends over the border when we introduced these guys, so I can show you the ropes.
If there's gonna be a real quest for it,
Head
though, I'm
over
gonna
to
grab
the
a
region
shotgun.
marked on your hunter mate, and we'll get started. Pheasants
Or 22.
are shy, so look around for any evidence of them in vegetation cover.
I like the wood looking one better. Good. I can even hold it. Alright, 22 LR. be the first time I've actually taken a 22 out. As you can see, I had to buy one. Get the ammo set. Get the sight on it. All right. We are ready to go. The camera's in my head. Uh-oh. I was thinking maybe he had one of them spy satellites or he's on a drone or something. Okay, so he wants me to go all the way down here. And then all the way down there. Okay. Optional find a pheasant need zone. So he wants me to do the traveling part more than anything. It's not even like get a pheasant. Well, there's a good chance if he's like, hey, go track a pheasant, then the very next quest, of course, will be the get a pheasant. But we shall see. I would also say I appreciate the name of the quest, A Clear and Pheasant Danger. Good pun. The hell was that? Sounded kind of like a mule deer, but the reverb was pretty high. Pronghorn.
Somewhere around here is a good place to start looking. So, the trick to pheasant hunting is maybe a little counterintuitive. You have to make them flee, or flush them out. They're lousy flyers, but we can use that to our advantage. We've just gotta get them to take off first. You know the rest. The right ammo for the job, of course. Then it's pan comido, a piece of cake. And no one likes a cheater, so no shooting them on the ground. Got it?
Alright, so he wants me to shoot it in the air. Is that like an official part of the quest? Oh, it is. Kill a pheasant in the air. Alright, well, I think I'm on a pheasant track right now, but it's kind of old. That's a turkey. Okay. Oh, that did not go well. That did not go well at all. Okay. Something I am not particularly good at, apparently. Okay. Wait, can't I use the dog for this? Yeah. Go get him, buddy. Because then this is like duck hunt. This might have been a better job for a shotgun. Oh, I got that one. First shot. Alright, it counts. There we go. Through the wing.
I'm not a bad teacher, no? Man, you're a pretty good pupil. My ambition is to make this the place to hunt pheasant in northern Mexico. If we can keep them this size, that shouldn't be a problem. Just gotta get the gringo tourists on board. They're a big money spinner, sure. But if that's what it takes to keep this place up and running, so be it. It's all for a good cause. Speaking of gringos, my cousin told me that she'd spotted some intruders with a U.S. license plate going hog wild, shooting animals from, get this, from a hunting stand mounted to a pickup truck. My insurance doesn't cover them, and I doubt the hunting they're doing is particularly ethical. So can you keep a lookout? Gracias. Did you notice how dry the land around the old cattle pasture was? Compared to the rest of the ranch, I mean. The more cattle you cram into a small area, the less ground cover there is. Water just runs off the land instead of making it into the vegetation. My parents' generation dug wells and pumped out several times more water than would rain in a year. When I told them my plans for this place, they weren't happy. Said I was selling out my inheritance. We haven't spoken much since.
Have to make sure the next mission isn't asking for a
Of course, there
bobcat.
are plenty of rancheros out here who graze their cattle responsibly. I just want to go in a different direction. I've tried explaining what they gain from it. They just wish me luck. But I've heard what they say behind my back. Chavita fresita. It's like, they're basically calling me a snob. They went to college in Mexico City, same as me. I just stayed a while after I graduated. Worked overseeing protected natural areas for CONAP. But back to business. Luckily for us, there's an easy solution to the groundwater problem. It just requires some more muscle on your part. I need you to set up a few gabions. They're wire mesh baskets you fill with rocks and place along the banks of the Arroyo to accumulate silt, which holds the water like a sponge so it can trickle back into the ground. The winter rains aren't as predictable as they used to be. You know, with climate change doing a number on us. So, the sooner, the better.
Alright, a standard looking bobcat. Let's see, 1.62 miles. Is there anything else I should grab while I'm down here? That one that's lit up. The lit up ones are oftentimes outposts from what I remember. We'll go check that out. looks like this is another outpost. That's good. Yeah, not so good on birds. Oh man, this thing's in the middle of nowhere. Alright, we will head to Hacienda and then head west. And then after the mission, probably grab the outpost that was right near it. Man, this is a long haul. Because I have to get around the lake somehow. I'll tag the point first and then maybe head around the south side. Kind of look like a very steep lake, like a crater lake or something. Oop, found the bush. Nice little scenic overlook. See if there's anything to be seen. Bunch of pheasants calling. I'm sorry, turkeys. That's the point that I can grab. Nothing's spotted around the lake. Not as steep as I thought once I got here. Just kind of steep on this side. What are you? Another turkey. Ooh, a lot of turkeys.
Like a fever dream, no?
What is this thing? It was like Albrigi. Okay, probably mispronounced that horribly. Sounds like I'm traveling through branches, but I'm not. I wasn't. Might as well grab this on the way. What do we got? We got a hunting blind. Guess we'll get this other question mark while we're here. It's en route after all. As I'm running around, I'm not even seeing a whole lot of animals out here. I mean, a lot of turkeys, but if I recall correctly offhand, this map can spawn a great one for whitetail, I think it is. Nice to see some whitetails. And wait, come to think of it, didn't they put out a pheasant great one too? I think they did.
This is the only place in the world you'll find the saguaro cactus. And only in lowlands. It needs the summer monsoon to stock up on moisture.
That down south of us right there, that's probably the nearest outpost. Maybe I'll luck out though. Ah yes, we've made it to the river. There's a building up there. Oh, that's a flagpole. So there's another outpost, like right about there. I'm gonna mark that. We'll go get it afterward. And I can see the little mesh baskets he was talking about. And a
There should be a pile of
shovel.
rocks there. Line up the gabions first, then fill them.
Okay.
Close enough, no?
Oh
No?
yeah.
The important thing is
Look at me, I'm doing construction.
cram as many as you can into each of them. That'll set us up nicely for winter.
This would have just taken all day.
It's gonna take some time to
IRL.
see the effect of all this. But it's good work you're doing. Believe me, I'm grateful for the extra set of hands. I have one final task for you before you are free to go off on your own. Most of our outposts are former stockmen's residences. Gives them a bit of rustic charm, you know? Back in the old days, entire families worked the land here. Men, women, and children.
Ah yes, the components of a
I still
family.
had a couple of people on staff when I was born. But then beef prices tanked and my parents couldn't afford the expense anymore. Us kids had to pick up the slack. Anyway, there's a stockman's residence kind of in the middle of nowhere, even by the standards of this place, that had fallen into disuse. We've given it a paint job and replaced some of the furniture. Now all that's needed to officially establish it as an outpost is a notice board. Head over and set it up.
Ah, he was sending me over here anyway, that's funny.
There's the notice board. Grab that shovel too. Clear away the rocks first, just over there where the path begins.
I don't know about living here. Like, I can't imagine this place actually has power, even though it's showing me that it has power. Although I guess it's not that hard to lay out a giant bit of wire in a big open land like this.
Bet you're glad you're not doing this in July. Whoa,
Whoa!
what's that?
Found treasure.
Gene, is that some sort of save for a logbook? Let me
It's the
see.
treasure of the Sierra Madres.
It's a brass lock and handle, a keyhole. This is not new. Could be early 20th century. I feel like I recognize it from somewhere. I've got it. There used to be a lockbox like this in the Casa Grande's master bedroom. My mom wouldn't like you snooping around, but this feels important. Can you head back over there and see if you can find the key? If you're up for it, of course. This isn't part of your job description. Oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Finish up here first.
Buy me a bunch more 22 ammo. Oh yeah, alright, 200, that should be enough. Oh yeah, we still have to plant the signboard. Got so distracted by treasure.
Looks good. And feel free to use this outpost yourself now.
I brought the world's rustiest lock.
If you're in the neighborhood, I'd appreciate it if you could swing by the Casa Grande.
Yeah.
I guess my curiosity's got the better of me.
I appreciate they took the time to make 2 separate sounds.
The master bedroom's upstairs. He always did appreciate his privacy, my great-grandfather. That room and the study were like his own personal oasis.
How do I get upstairs again?
Right. Let me think. Some plausible deniability would be good for when my mom finally shows up. So let's not just start rifling through things.
The TV's alive. It has bloody
The box
wounds.
I remember was sitting on a shelf next to a wardrobe.
Okay, really though, how do I get upstairs? Where are the stairs in this joint? Nice living room though. You're not stairs. Is it across the courtyard? I mean, no, it's just there, but okay, so the stairs have to be like somewhere near here. Are you stairs? Ah, stairs.
Is that the key? It sure looks well used. Let's try it.
Ooh, it's a gun.
Oh, man. It's a disassembled shotgun. Pump action looks like. Also early 20th century. Are those flecks of blood on the stock? It would make sense if it belonged to Don Javier. He did sleep in here for most of his life, but I don't recognize it. Look, I don't know how things are done where you're from, but I'd rather not get the police involved with this.
Well, I just came from Silver Ridge, where we called the police at least 3 times.
A long time ago, and they've got more to worry about out here in the borderlands. Plus, my family has a somewhat complicated history with them.
Am I working for a narco?
Let's try to solve this ourselves.
Is this Sinaloa territory? Or
I'm no
Trendiagua?
Sherlock Holmes, but maybe we should check it for clues. R.S. Bosque Alto, agosto de 1916. R.S. Bosque Alto, August 1916. Bosque Alto is a site to the east of here, the woods up in the hills, but the initials... R.S. 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 I'm stumped. How about you leave the gun here for now, and I'll have someone from the lab we usually work with for animal samples check the blood. I really doubt there's any intact DNA left, if it's as old as that engraving suggests, but it doesn't hurt to check. I'll keep you up to date.
The guy's just like, hey, let's not look into it, followed up by, hey, we're gonna look into it.
I'm not aware of any buildings up around Bosque Alto, or at least not any intact ones. Good thing I know someone whose entire job involves tracking things down.
Parkour.
And this time, you don't need to worry about anything running off on you. I'll mark
Oh,
the rough
no
location on
parkour.
your hunter mate, and you can put those transferable
Small fun
skills
fact
to
about
the
this game,
test.
you actually jump a little bit higher when jumping
Chances are
sideways.
we won't find anything,
So, like,
but I won't rest easy until we've at least checked.
sometimes you can get weird jumps to work. Not that time, though. Alright, onward to the mission.
This is the place. Find some high ground and do some scouting.
High ground, eh? I mean, that looks like high ground. Is it suggesting anything in particular? It wants me to head to kind of northish, and that's kind of southish. So let's go to this other high ground. That looks like high ground. Why, hello, sheep. There's another one. There's always another one. Ooh, that's high ground. Alright, to the outpost, or overlook. That's the word. Still haven't seen any sign of the deer, whitetail, or mule. This map is pretty big, and I haven't been to a whole lot of it. Some loud-ass turkeys. Wait, do turkey land underwater? Is that how turkeys do? Oh. Wow, he just kind of disappeared. Hope he's okay. Don't ask questions. Turkeys could be doing some weird, shady shit. We don't want to get involved in their business. Hey, there's a whitetail. Sneak up a little bit. See if we can't get a shot on a whitetail. I hear you, buddy. See, the wind's not too bad. Probably be able to get fairly close. Calling every 8 seconds. Alright, where are you, whitetail?
No luck yet? There's a lookout tower nearby that'll give you a good view out onto Bosque Alto. I'll send you the coordinates.
Alright, whitetail buddy, where are you? He's gotta be pretty damn close. There's one. But I'm pretty sure when I heard the call it said male. Ah, there we are. Oh, it's a big herd. Coming right for me. Look at that pathing. They all are coming back around and running. Running right next to me. That's funny. Did that not hit? That should have hit. Pretty sure that hit. Yeah, that did hit. Alright, we'll grab the one that died over here first, and then go back for the one I first hit. That was funny pathing. Not bad. Hard shot gold. So those only said 2 for like the level of the deer. So I guess if I see a 3, I should consider it very likely a diamond. I was kind of guessing it might be like on the other map where the 5 is the diamond. Yep, another 2. Alright, let's grab that. Grab that outpost.
By the lake. A shack.
If you say so. Enter the shack. Okay. I like the size of that whitetail herd. That was kind of nice to have like a full-size herd. What are the odds I can get up this rock clamber here? 50-50. Oh, maybe easier. Looks like they didn't code it to be hard to walk up. Wait, I have to get back down the cliff. Oh, okay. Let's see. Looks like there's something between me and it. Hopefully it's an outpost. It is not an outpost. Yeah, we'll still pick it up. I sort of heard you, but I don't see you. There you are. It might be the same group. All right, Shaq. What mysteries do you hold? What is some guy's little like hunting shit shack?
I guess I wasn't wrong about there not being any intact buildings around here. Are you able to get inside?
Yes.
Be careful.
Gonna get tetanus just looking at this thing.
Someone must have rested here at some stage, but there's nothing to suggest they bunkered down. Try the desk there.
I mean, when you bring in a stove, it usually means you're sticking around.
Out in the middle of nowhere. I'm amazed it's not completely faded. So, I'm pretty sure the guy on the right is Bisabuelo Javier. Even without the head, the suit's a dead giveaway. And his younger friend must be our RS. The date isn't too far off the one in the shotgun, at least. This is weirdly familiar. I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Let's go back to the Casa Grande. There's a century's worth of old photos and newspaper clippings in Javier's study. Maybe we'll find something that jogs my memory. The landform looks like the one around where they used to water the cattle back when open grazing was still practiced. It's along the Arroyo, but I'm not sure where exactly, and I don't recognize the shrine. Take the photo with you and we can try matching it to your surroundings.
All right, mission complete. Abandoned memories. All right, so this is where I'm gonna cut.
By the way, I got a call from the lab while you were wandering around Bosque Alto.
Way to interrupt me,
As
NPC.
I suspected, the blood samples didn't turn up any DNA. It was always going to be a long shot, if you'll forgive the pun. Anyway, I sent the shotgun itself to a gunsmith to retrofit and reassemble. I want you to have it. You didn't have to go out of your way to help solve this mystery that has nothing to do with you. but you stepped up. I know, it's a bit macabre to use a dead man's weapon, but, look, we're conservationists. Waste not, want not should guide us. I doubt RS would mind whoever he was. Unless you'd rather it ended up in a museum. Didn't think so. I've asked my cousin to leave it at an outpost I'll mark on your hunter mate.
Is he done? All right. Assuming he's done. Hey, this is where I was going to cut off episode 1 for Rancho del Arroyo. Actually going to be starting episode 2 immediately. Just going to cut the stream and restart the stream so it gets separated. And then, slap an episode 2 into the title. So, thanks for joining me. And if you're still here, I'll see you in a minute.